What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Austin Hancock, and today we are going to talk about how we use fear to our advantage. Okay, most people have fear when they're starting anything new, whether it's a new sport when they're a kid, whether it's going to a new school, whether it's jumping in the pool and this fear of dying. It's usually the fear we have because it's of uncertainty, right? And a lot of us, as we transcend out of school into professional careers, maybe go through college or the Marine Corps like myself, the military, we still get hung up with all of these fears. And the older we get, we tend to struggle with how to handle them. Most people don't even educate themselves after they get out of high school or after they get out of college. In the first place, they continue to go down the road of a W-2 or of making money, and then they don't really think more about their finances because it becomes scary. Nobody's preparing us with money. Nobody's talking about money. But what I would challenge you guys to think about is actually using fear of what if you do not take action, right? So instead of using fear of what if I go out there and I try to start this business, I try to get into this, I work my butt off, I build this up and it doesn't pan out, then what is the alternative, right? We know what will happen if you don't try. Nothing will change, right? Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if that's the case, then it would be worth your time going forward and making mistakes so that you can learn from those. So many times in our adolescent years, we learn how to ride a bike, but without failure, right? So what I'm saying is we do fail, right? It's not without failure is what I meant. So when we do fail, we fall, maybe our bike, we learn how to jump a curb, we learn how to pop off a curb, we learn how to just start pedaling the pedals, right? And we skin our knee. And you have a good parent in your life or a good mentor or somebody that guided you along that, maybe it's a sibling, they tell you what? They say, it's all right, get back on the bike, come on, you can keep learning. Maybe it's your friends, right? And so you have this fear, but you have this fear and you start working through it because you see, hey, that wasn't so bad, or hey, I just need to learn more. And it may suck. I mean, multiple times I would see my sister, I would see family members, I would see my buddies like crying when they were learning new things, right? Even getting hit with a baseball in the field. And so we learn these things as kids, but we don't challenge ourselves as adults. We avoid fear. We avoid uncomfortable environments, and money and losing what we think we have, going bankrupt, and all of these things ultimately keeps us trapped where we are. And I would challenge you to think, what happens if I don't? Because when I started my first businesses, I was like, I'm more worried about not ever trying, right? And as days go by, weeks go by, months go by, years go by, you continue to sit on the sidelines hoping and wishing that you had a different life, but without taking any different action in order to achieve that life, usually paralyzed by fears. And most of the time, these fears are so much greater in our own brains than they actually are when you go out and do it, right? Fear of public speaking, for example, right? Most people get really nervous. Maybe you get sweaty palms. Maybe you get shaky. You get cotton mouth. You don't know what to say. You don't know what you're going to say. You forget all of your lines. You forget all of your scripts. You forget all of the teleprompter, whatever it may be that you're doing. And you just completely shut down, or you're scared of that actually happening. But you know what? If that were to happen, at least you could analyze it and go try it again. You got it over with, right? Most of the time, you guys got to think, people don't really care that much about seeing you fail. They're more worried and concerned about themselves being made fun of. They're more worried about themselves failing. They're more worried about what they have going on in their lives. So people don't care near as much as you think they do. You care. And what prevents you from going and taking action is your thought of what other people will think of you if you do fail. And it's okay to go out there and fail. Do you think every business owner never had any failures? I would argue that every business owner, 100% of business owners, entrepreneurs, people that put themselves out there have had failures, have made mistakes, have tripped up, have felt insecurity, have felt fake, right? They have this imposter syndrome, right? And one thing you can do to strengthen that is to make sure you educate yourself. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure you've practiced and rehearsed and just go over it and over and over it when you have this speech, right? If you're not going to go from not being able to ride a bike to doing a BMX competition, right? Not being able to swim to doing your first swim meet. No, that's okay. But you need to start acclimating yourself to these things, and you need to be more scared of what happens if you look back 10, 15, 20, even on your deathbed and say, I was so scared to even try. And now as I lay here in my 70s and my 80s, I didn't try and I wished I would have. That was the biggest mistake I made. Or you can do what some people do and they could lie. They'll lie about it. They're like, well, I'm glad I didn't do that, because I could have lost it all. I could have done X, Y, and Z. I would have ended up like this. And then that's a lot of times what other people will do too. They'll see somebody else fail in the same thing that they thought they were going to do. Their friend, a family member, somebody that they know, somebody on the damn news or social media, they'll see them fail and they'll say, see, I told you guys it wasn't possible. All while they sit back in the bleachers watching other people live their lives and attempt to do something great for themselves, for their futures, for others, and for the overall growth of what they have. Because they would rather go out and try something and fail than sit there in the bleachers watching other people live their life. We're all on this planet for a short amount of time. We don't know when that ticket will be punched. I remember distinctively realizing this when I was 19 years old, about to go over to Iraq during the war in the Marine Corps, and I was signing my own will, realizing that my parents would receive some funds, and that was it. And it was relatively a lot of money to me at the time, but I wouldn't be here to enjoy any of it. My parents would have it, and I guarantee my parents would have rather had me come home than any amount of money. And so my point being is that I was like, life is short. And if I'm going to come back home to the United States and do a service for the people that didn't make it in this world, maybe you have brothers, sisters, uncles, family members that not only served in the service, but maybe they haven't made it. Maybe they've died, unfortunately. Maybe they had cancer. Maybe they got in a car accident. I want you to think about these people when you sit on the sidelines, shaking in your boots and not taking any action on a life that you should be living. Will it be difficult? Sure. But is it also difficult to live this life that you say you don't want and repeat over and over and over? Absolutely. So if that's hard and the future is hard to carve out and figure out, whether it's financially, whether it's physically, whatever it may be, the new version of you that you're creating is hard, then you need to bet on this one. Because ultimately, while you are on your purpose, while you're on your path to success, you'll feel pulled and called to your purpose. You'll find things that you like, you'll find things that you don't like, and you'll go through this self-development journey that you never even knew was inside of you. You'll awake to things and understand things about yourself that you never ever would have known if you wouldn't have gotten in the game. And so not everybody's supposed to be an entrepreneur. I want you guys to watch this and you'll realize that not everybody's cut out for that, and that's okay. But what I would say is that there are very few people that truly live. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs that get caught in this same cog and the same wheel. They go out and create a business, and then they create a trap, and then they don't ever get to live the life where they really intended to start their business. They start a business, they want freedom, they want to do all these things, they want to help so many people, and all they start thinking about is the numbers, all they start thinking about is the people and the hiring and the scaling. Meanwhile, their life passes them by while they're at the office for the next 20, 30 years, building a great company, but they're losing out on opportunities with their family and what they really set out to do. And so every one of you and all of us need to reconcile ourselves and make sure that we have clarity on what that is that we want, but we should not be fearful. Even though it will come up, you need to swallow it and then still take the action going forward. There'll be days that are amazing and easy. There'll be weeks that you win. There'll be months that you win and even years that you win. And then there'll be times where it feels like everything is falling and contracting. None of us are exempt from this, even at the highest level. Your favorite influencer, your favorite entrepreneur, leader, whatever it may be, are going to still feel these feelings. The difference is they're going to continue to bet on themselves and continue to put in the effort to be successful in their own right? So I appreciate you guys watching this. Make sure you leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel.